Top 10 Manhwa where the humiliated MC became overpowered. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we are counting down the top 10 Manhwa where the main character starts off humiliated but returns as an overpowered force to be reckoned with. From betrayed protagonists seeking revenge to underdogs rising to the top, these stories are sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. Without further ado, let's get started with our list at number 10. Make sure to let us know in the comments which manhwa you think should be on the list. So, let's begin. Starting off with our number 10, The Devil's Boy, Chapter 80+. We are going deep into a manhwa that had a lot of potential but eventually let us down. Despite her intriguing notion, many characters lacked depth and were irksome. Others responded in ways that made no sense, and some of them even had storyline armor and survival rates that were unrealistic. The story's theme of retaliation and hopelessness were also not well represented by the ending, which was disappointing. We also had issues with the way that the manhwa dealt with certain individuals and their deeds, frequently attempting to justify it with the tragic backstory trope. There were some positive aspects despite these flaws. The devil characters and the main character both stood out. Overall, the story showed promise, but its execution lacked polish. It receives a 7 out of 10. What did you think of this manhwa? Let us know in the comment sections. Number 9. The Age of Barbarous, Chapter 50+. Today, we are taking a look at a manhwa called The Age of Barbarous, which is a part of Blue String Universe by Weloveanime. Overall, we found it to be a pretty good read with solid action scenes and plot twists that keeps us engaged. The art is standard for the manhwa genre and gives it a 7 out of 10. The story raises a lot of questions in the beginning, which makes fun to read later on. The characters are pretty typical for this kind of manhwa and are not particularly special, but they are not bad either. One downside we found was that the ending seems somewhat anticlimactic, but that might be just a personal preference. If you are looking for a manhwa that's heavy on action and fighting, this would be a good choice to check it out. Overall, The Age of Barbarous is a nice manhwa to kill some time and enjoy. Number 8. Hector Pascal, Chapter 26+. Hector Pascal tells the tale of a once famous character who, after losing everything, finds himself at the crossroads. He uses the enormous amount of money at his disposal to attack the group that harmed him, driven by a fierce desire for revenge. This story has a lot of fast-paced action and a powerful sense of injustice and revenge. It's nice to watch the main character, who is an absolute badass, punish those who wronged him. The supporting cast members are also well written and give the narrative depth. Additionally, the artwork is excellent, particularly the combat scenes. Overall, if you enjoy reading action-packed manhwas with a bully theme, you should give this one a try. Number 7. The Book-Eating Magician, Chapter 77+. This fantasy-based story follows the journey of a main character who struggles to develop his magic skills despite excelling in the theoretical aspects of magic. Things take a turn for the better when he comes across the powerful cheat known as Grimoire of Gluttony, which feeds on books and artifacts to enhance the main character's abilities. The main character is average but sometimes acts a bit dull in matters of love. However, the supporting characters are well written and add depth to the story. We hope the author doesn't include a harem aspect to the story in the future, as it would detract from the overall experience. The art in this manhwa is unique and complements the plot nicely. The color tones are different from what we are used to, but it works well. For fans of magic and fantasy, this manhwa could be a great fit for you. Give it a try and let us know what you think. Number 6. Overpowered Sword, Chapter 50+. The manhwa tells the story of a protagonist who, although being uneducated, unprivileged, and without any ties, is chosen by the Holy Sword to be an oracle's hero. The previous hero, who can defeat anything with the Holy Sword, trains the protagonist. This is where Leon's amazing journey begins. The artwork in this manhwa is one of the best features. It is very stunning and extremely detailed during combat scenes. There are few cliché characters in this manhwa, and the secondary characters are excellently written. The narrative is also pretty original and engaging. Although there is a lot of content and training to get through the first 15 chapters that are devoted to a training arc, the book is still quite engaging. The personality of the main character is also pretty endearing. Overall, we wholeheartedly endorse this manhwa for fantasy readers, especially those who value beautiful artwork and compelling character development. The plot may have a sluggish beginning, but it eventually pays off. Try it out and tell us what you think. Moving on to our number 5, The Player That Can Level Up, Chapter 94+. The adventure of Kim Kikyu, a player who received an invitation to join a unique ability game, is followed in this manhwa story. Despite his efforts, Kim Kikyu is unable to advance up past level 1. He learns how to link with egos and improves his stats after 5 years of working as a guide on the tower's lower floors. He defies expectations and demonstrates to the world that the rank is not important as he discovers new gates and develops new skills. The webcomic bears a striking resemblance to solo leveling, with a main character who emerges as the strongest after beginning as the weakest. The graphics and characters are well made and the story is original and fascinating. I heartily suggest this webcomic to everyone who enjoys fantasy fiction as well as watching characters grow and overcome challenges. Try it out and tell us what you think. Number 4. Dungeon Reset, Chapter 142+. Are you ready for an epic adventure unlike any other? Join Dawn as he is thrown into the deadly and mysterious dungeon where he must navigate treacherous traps and fight terrifying monsters. But Dawn isn't your typical hero. He is just a crafter with no combat abilities. But when an unexpected twist of fate grants him a unique set of skills, Dawn must get creative to survive. With the help of bloodthirsty assistant and an adorable ground squirrel, Dawn embarks on a thrilling journey to clear the game and finds his way back home. With stunning art by Ant Studios and a compelling storyline reminiscent of the legendary Moonlight Sculptor, this manhwa will have you on the edge of a seat with its blend of action, humor, and smart tactics. You will root for Dawn as he rises to the top and beats the odds, proving that anything is possible when you set your mind to do it. Don't miss out on this incredible manhwa. Number 3. Heavenly Demon Cultivation Simulation, Chapter 64+. If you are looking for a hidden gem in the world of manhwa, look no further. At first glance, Heavenly Demon Cultivation Simulation may not seem like much. It's slow-paced and different from the typical action-packed stories you may be used to. But trust me, it's worth sticking with. I wasn't too interested after reading the first few chapters a few months ago, but after coming back to it and binging until chapter 50, I was hooked. The story may seem cliché, but the author approaches it with care, avoiding common pitfalls and making the character actions feel more realistic. The characters themselves, especially the main character Dawn, go through a lot of development, but it's not a one-time thing. Every step he takes has consequences, and he has to think carefully about his actions. The system he's given is also not something he can easily master, unlike other similar manhwa where the main character becomes overpowered quickly. Overall, I highly recommend giving Heavenly Demon Cultivation Simulation a try. It may not be the same fast-paced, over-the-top manhwa you are used to, but it tells a unique and compelling story in its own way. Don't let the slow start discourage you, and it's truly an enjoyable and worthwhile read. Number 2. Plus 99 Wooden Stick, Chapter 38+. Get ready for a wild ride of the virtual world of Chrono Life. Follow the journey of our fed-up and determined main character as he sets out to upgrade his basic wooden stick and rises to the top as the strongest player in the game. With the power of his unbeatable weapon, our protagonist seeks out those who wronged him and ignored him as a noob, leading to a thrilling and satisfying revenge story. With striking art and an overpowered main character, this manhwa is perfect for fans of OP protagonists. The main character is a little bit on the go with the flow type, but his determination and will to succeed is undeniable, making his development and growth as a character quite interesting. While some side characters can be a bit basic or annoying, the world building is major strength of this manhwa, with a massive and mysterious world waiting to be discovered. Be prepared for an action-packed and intense story with a protagonist who will not back down. Plus 99 Wooden Stick is a must-read for fans of strong main characters and epic virtual worlds. And finally, number 1. Mirim Login, Chapter 138+. Enter the thrilling world of Mirim Login, where hunters hunt monsters that comes from gates. Meet Jin Taekyung, a low-rank hunter who finds himself transported into a virtual world of martial arts after logging into a VR machine. With many obstacles to overcome, Taekyung is able to find a way to return back to the real world. but his experiences in the Mirim world gave him the strength and skills that he never had before, which he uses to continue his career as hunter. However, he decides to turn to the world of Mirim driven by his care and concern for his NPC friends. This is my personal favorite manhwa of all time, and I highly recommend it to anyone looking for a good blend of comedy and an exciting Mirim world. Despite the presence of an alternate world, much of the story takes place in the Mirim world, and even the normal world is a fun read, as Taekyung's newfound strength and abilities surprise and confound those around him. Well, there you have it, folks, our top 10 list of manhwa where the humiliated main character becomes overpowered. From the gritty streets of a virtual world to the high stakes of political power struggles, these stories will have you rooting for the underdogs as they rise to the top. So whether you are a fan of action, comedy, or a bit of both, there is something on this list for everyone. We hope you enjoyed our countdown and discovered some new manhwa to add to your reading list. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave a comment below with your personal favorites. We'll be back soon with another list. Till then, stay safe and keep reading.